At this point, you've got pretty much your foundation done. Contouring, skin is done. I've never really figured out, actually, probably you should do your eyes before you do this whole step, but I didn't, so that's that. For my eyebrows, I decided that I, needed to learn what to do. So I went to Sephora and ended up getting the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. I got it in caramel. It looks like this. I've always done my eyebrows a little bit darker, just because I think it looks better. But what I didn't buy was, they have like a cream pencil-y thing, which maybe I should have. But then I came home and realized that for years I've had this glimmer stick from Avon in the color Blonde. And it's basically the same thing as the Anastasia one. It's just like a turn-up cream thing. So I start with this, and I outline my brows. I lied. So what I start with is my little two-sided Anastasia brush. I bought this at Sephora also, but I realized that I was going to buy the Sephora one, and then this one was cheaper or something. There was a reason why I bought the Anastasia one. But I like that on the one end it has like the little brush thing, and on the other end it has the brush for the Dip Brow Pomade. So what I do is I start by kind of brushing them, just making sure that there's no like dead skin stuck in my brows. Also, you can see my brows, the hair really grows sideways, and I thought that's how it's supposed to be, and then I've looked at people's brows and they're all like going up like this. So I kind of do a combo of both. I brush them up and then push them to the side. Also, I don't know if this is because I plucked too much when I was younger, but my brows start really far in on this side, so I usually end up correcting that a little bit. And the reason I actually started filling in my brows was not because of that, but because I have like really sparse outer brows, and on both of them, this area is a lot more sparse than the rest of that brow. So I find that it's valuable to fill it in. Ooh, my hair is going with it. So I brush up and then over, something like that. Then I take this glimmer stick by Avon, like I was saying, and typically what I do is I do a line, under my brow a little bit, and then I take that up along the shape of it, and on this side I take it in a little bit to where it should be. So you kind of line it up with this, and that line I connect into the brow at the top and onto that line at the bottom. I went too far. This is easier in a mirror than it is in your iPad. And then over here, I just kind of follow the line of my eyebrow. So this one I usually do like one straight line up, and then a straight line down there, something like that. And it looks harsh with the pencil, you can see, but it will get better once you brush it and stuff. So this one I do the same thing. Now they're relatively the same size, and I just kind of start by filling in that gap a little bit, like little short strokes. See, this is why I use a darker color, because I feel like my eyebrows are already a darker color than this. So if I stop now, I'd look pretty ratchet. It's weird. But then I go with this side of the brush and the Dip Brow Pomade. So this stuff, I've had it for, I'd say, a month and a half, and I've barely used any. Really, you just want to like lightly touch your brush into it. It's thick. So I've got some on the tip of my brush. It's like not focusing at all. Oh well. And with this, I do like short little strokes. I actually also have used, e.l.f. has these little compacts, and they're pretty good, and they're like $2. So, I mean, really, I am a strong believer that you do not need to spend a lot on makeup. The one thing I would say, though, is that I have sensitive skin that's prone to breakouts. And if your skin is like that, you might need to spend a bit more just so that you don't get those breakouts. So I mean, I buy more expensive makeup just because of that, but on things like eyebrows and stuff, you definitely don't need to spend a lot. Okay, something like that. Then I take the little spoolie thing and kind of brush it again. It makes everything softer. See? Softer, better. The one thing with the spoolie though is if you brush the thing that you colored on, it kind of like erases it. So you want to be careful for that. Do you see how it's like erasing it? Not great. There. That's a little bit better. Less ratchet, for sure. Yeah. There. Brows look normal. Sometimes you just have to step back a little bit, right? So, then I have the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel to set it. This I definitely bought because the Sephora one was $20 and the Anastasia one was $18. So I was like, why would anyone buy the Sephora one? It has a spoolie inside, but it's clear. The thing is, I don't know how long I would keep this because it kind of gets gross. And again, you have to be careful because it will do some of that erasing too. But basically, you're just going to brush your brow the same way you were brushing it before, just to get all the hairs to go in the right direction. But the nice thing about this setting gel is that it doesn't feel gross. Like, it doesn't feel like you've gelled and glued your brows in place, but it does seem to make the color last. I mean, going back to me saying that I'm lazy about washing my face and stuff, if I don't wash my brow stuff off and then sleep and wash my face in the morning, all the stuff is still there. So this stuff really works. I think tonight I'm going to do a look with my Naked palette. So I'm not someone who has like a ton of eyeshadow. I used to actually have a ton of the little Smashbox ones. And then when I moved, I got rid of most of them because I had them for a long time, but I also didn't really use them. So I got the Naked 2 palette last year for Christmas, and I really like it. I find that they're like gorgeous colors, and I really love the way that these blend. They show up really well, and they're actually really nice and neutral. So, oh, I just dropped my brush in this thing. That's gross. Okay. Maybe you should do your brows after you do your makeup. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do a different tutorial with eye makeup, and we'll leave this one pretty simple. So I'll be back in a sec after I've done it. Okay, there, I'm pretty much done. I think that's really pretty. So what I did with the Naked palette is I used, just briefly, if you want to do something like this, I'll take a picture and post it after too. I used the Pistil, this YDK color, Busted as the darkest color. So Pistil YDK Busted. Oh my gosh, I'm dropping things. I'll put that brush down, that's stupid. So Pistil YDK Busted, and then I use a little bit of this one, which is called Chopper. Okay, pretty. Okay, so you can see a little bit closer. I also just use this Too Faced waterproof eyeliner, Perfect Eyes waterproof eyeliner. I fell in love with this because I got it in a Too Faced palette once, and I think it's great. I don't actually have a clue how you use this rubbery side, but I think that the color and the pigment of the pencils are really nice. So I tightlined the bottom lid, and I put a little bit on the top. So the last step of my routine is mascara. Typically I use this Lancome Hypnose in black. I got these for Christmas a couple years ago. I love them. I've been using this one for years. For Christmas this year, I got the Rimmel Scandaleyes Rocking Curves mascara, and I've been wearing this a lot actually. I think it's pretty good. It's kind of clumpy, but I like the brush on it. Let me show you. It's actually really nice. So it's like a cool angled brush. I always make this weird face when I'm putting mascara on, so you know, because I'm a real cool cat like that. I have really long lashes. I mean, I'm quite lucky about it, but I think a brush like this can do a world of good. I'm really lazy about curling my eyelashes because they are long and they go where I want them to, but also curling your eyelashes makes a huge difference. So. And then let's do a second coat. Oh my god, this is gross. Maybe I don't like this anymore. It's kind of getting really gross. Ooh, that's super clumpy and disgusting. Look at that. Yuck. Well, I guess I've had this since Christmas. Maybe it's time to just throw it out. Okay, it could also be that that stuff doesn't build well on itself. I'm not really sure. It's one of those moments where like I was really happy with things until I just did my eyelashes and now I don't like them. But you can see they're long and full. I usually don't do the bottom eyelashes. I think it's enough to just tightline your eye. Mine are dark enough. I mean, if you had really light eyelashes on the bottom, then you might need a little bit. But you don't want anything too harsh. I think that it makes you look really old when you put eyeshadow on the bottom. And that's my look. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my makeup. I mean, this isn't anything crazy. I think this is something that you could wear to a nice dinner out. Cool. Okay, this was rambly and my first makeup vlog, really, but I would like some input on what you guys think, and I want to know, yeah, what you want to see, if you want to see more, if you want to see less. If this isn't something that you like, then, I mean, don't watch them from now on, but I hope that people enjoy it. Yeah, okay, bye.